It was May of 2020 when 32-year-old Kelley Nicole Sherman vanished without a trace. She was last seen on May 10th at her apartment on Northeast Park Street in Okeechobee, Florida. Kelley was living with her boyfriend at the time, and after that day, she completely stopped communicating with her family, something they say she would never do. It was also Mother's Day, and she was a mother of two herself. Kelley is described as being 5 feet 2 inches, weighing around 115 pounds, with red hair and blue eyes. She also has a cherry tattoo on her right abdomen and a star tattoo on her right foot. Despite ongoing searches and investigations by the Okeechobee Police Department, no solid leads have surfaced. Kelley is considered an endangered missing adult, and her case remains open and active. Her family has been fighting tirelessly to keep her story alive, offering a $1,000 reward for any information that might lead to her whereabouts. Each year that passes is another painful reminder for her loved ones, who continue to plead with the public for answers. If you have any information about what happened to Kelley Nicole Sherman, please contact the Okeechobee Police Department or call Treasure Coast Crime Stoppers. On October 7, 2022, 21-year-old Jaden Lee Carpenter, known to friends and family as Shug, disappeared under mysterious circumstances in Columbia, Tennessee. That day, Jaden was at her boyfriend's home. According to him, she borrowed his vehicle to go shopping. A short time later, he received a message from Jaden saying, "I can't do this anymore. Your car is in the driveway with the keys in it." When he returned, the car was there, but Jaden was nowhere to be found. Around the same time, Jaden also sent a Snapchat message to her ex-boyfriend, sounding distressed and asking him to come pick her up. But before she could give her location, the call dropped and she was never heard from again. Jaden is described as 5'6", weighing between 170 and 185 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. She has several tattoos, including baby girl across her chest, Love is Evil on her forearm, and a barbed wire design with the name Ava on her wrist. The Maury County Sheriff's Department has classified her as an endangered missing adult, and her case remains open and unsolved. Just like the previous case we covered, there is very little information available to the public about what happened. If you have any information about the disappearance of Jaden Lee Carpenter, please contact the Maury County Sheriff's Department. In February 2010, Laura Vogel, a 43-year-old wildlife biologist, former science teacher, and passionate surfer, went missing during what was meant to be a peaceful solo camping trip on Maui's North Shore. Laura was last seen on February 21st, near the scenic birthing pools and the Pauwela Lighthouse area in Haiku, Maui. That evening, she texted a friend saying, "I'm camped down the way from birthing pools and meeting all the locals." That was the last anyone ever heard from her. The next day, alarms spread when Laura failed to arrive for a scheduled tutoring session. Friends and volunteers searched the area and found her van parked near a homeless encampment, keys in the ignition, and the driver's door open. Inside were her surfboards and laptop, but her wallet was missing. Her vehicle being left open and unlocked, yet valuables still inside, raised immediate concern. Investigators uncovered further mystery through Laura's phone records. 2 calls were placed that same night to a number she had never called before, and each lasted less than a second. That number belonged to a transient man living nearby. Authorities questioned him, and while he took a polygraph, it was incomplete and he remained uncooperative. He was later labeled a person of interest, but no charges were ever filed due to lack of physical evidence. Although there's no definitive evidence of foul play, investigators deemed her disappearance suspicious. Her family and friends, heartbroken and determined, worked tirelessly. They organized searches on land, by sea, even aerial and dive missions, all coordinated with local authorities. Now, after more than a decade, Laura Vogel's disappearance remains one of Maui's most haunting mysteries. Her loved ones are still searching for answers. If you or anyone you know have any information, no matter how small, please reach out to the Maui Police Department. April 29, 2010. A beautiful spring day turned into a family's worst nightmare. Jennifer Lee Poole, known affectionately as Jenny, vanished from her Bay Shore, New York apartment. Jenny, a 38-year-old woman, was last seen around 4 p.m. on that fateful day. She lived in a waterfront apartment on Mowbray Avenue, and then simply disappeared. She was wearing a colored printed shirt and dark jeans, and carried her purse and wallet, which then vanished with her. Her apartment was found in disarray, a hood of carpet torn away, 2 tennis ball-sized pools of blood soaked into the floorboards, and her personal belongings scattered. Jenny's sister has long felt that her landlord hasn't been fully transparent. He reportedly offered multiple versions of what happened the day Jenny disappeared, raising more questions than answers. Her sister believes Jenny was murdered and her body may have been dumped in the ocean, given the apartment's proximity to the water. As of now, Jennifer Lee Poole's case remains unsolved and classified as an endangered missing adult. Authorities are continuing to investigate, but so far, no resolution. If you have any information, please contact the Suffolk County Police Department. Your tip could make a difference. Lisa Lynn Stone, a 51-year-old woman known for her warmth and active presence on social media, vanished without a trace. Lisa was last seen on June 4, 2010, by a neighbor in her Dallas home on Truxillo Drive. 2 weeks later, on June 20th, her friends reported her missing, raising alarms after she missed engagements and stopped posting on Facebook, a platform she previously used daily and with detail. When police checked on Lisa and her partner, Sherry Henry, they discovered dozens of neglected pets, cats and dogs living in hazardous, filthy conditions. It was a heartbreaking scene, starkly out of character for someone who always cared for her animals. On July 2nd, a friend of Lisa's witnessed Sherry dumping trash bags in a dumpster near a local store. Inside were Lisa's personal treasures, family heirlooms, birth certificates, jewelry, photos. Those items never belonged in a trash can. This discovery led to renewed attention on the case. Police reopened the investigation and secured a search warrant, but they have kept the results confidential. As time passed, Lisa's friends refused to be silent. Dubbed the Facebook detectives, they used social media to rally support and shine a spotlight on her disappearance. Their passion brought the case national attention, including a feature on 48 Hours Mystery. Sherry Henry, Lisa's partner of over 15 years, remains a person of interest. She has denied any involvement, most notably in the 48 Hours interview where she declared, "I am not guilty of anything." Dallas police have indicated they believe foul play is likely, but they say the evidence remains circumstantial, leaving the case unsolved. Over a decade later, Lisa Lynn Stone remains missing, and her loved ones still yearn for answers. If you know something important, however small, please reach out to the Dallas Police Department or local tip lines. Every detail could help bring justice and peace. Amy Leanne Pugner, aged 40, had recently moved from Latrobe to Washington, Pennsylvania, hoping for a fresh start. On June 8, 2010, she spoke with her sister and said she was busy painting her new apartment on North Main Street, and that was the last time her family heard from her. The very next day, June 9th, something chilling took place. A man using Amy's cell phone began calling her sister and father. He claimed Amy had stolen something from him and demanded $30,000, threatening that she would be killed otherwise. When her sister pleaded to speak to Amy directly, the response was a muffled mumble, as though Amy's mouth was covered or taped. He then directed them to drop the money at a McDonald's in Mount Oliver, then contact him. But after that, all contact abruptly stopped. The following day, June 10th, Amy's family reported her missing. Investigators found no signs of forced entry or struggle in her apartment, deepening the mystery of what happened to her. Amy had a history of short, unexplained disappearances, but she always kept in touch. This time, she missed her son's graduation, a highly out-of-character absence that alarmed her loved ones. At 40 years old, Amy was a mother, daughter, and a woman battling real challenges, paranoid schizophrenia, and a past struggle with substance abuse. Yet, reports say she was in recovery and trying to rebuild her life when she vanished. Authorities have never closed the case. It remains unsolved and classified as an endangered missing person matter. The Washington Police Department continues to welcome any leads. For over a decade, Amy's family has waited for answers, and they still hope. If you know anything, no matter how small, please contact the Washington Police Department. Brian Kelley Cook was last seen on October 2, 2017, at his apartment in the Country Village complex in Beaumont. Police later found the residence completely emptied, but Brian's black Ford Mustang remained in the parking lot. His phone? Silent. No activity, no calls, he was just gone. His disappearance remains unexplained, and he's classified as an endangered missing person. He was a Caucasian male, approximately 5'11", 170 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes, and a distinctive appearance. Brian had several tattoos, a Sublime Sun logo on his right forearm and his back, a black widow spider etched on his chest, and a spider tattoo on his lower leg. He also wore a white diamond stud in his left ear. Brian's family reported him missing on October 23, 2017, 3 weeks after he was last heard from. His sister described their daily connection abruptly ending, adding to the fear that something was very wrong. There was even a possible sighting. On October 4th, a tip surfaced that cited Brian in Sealy, Texas, but no follow-up leads materialized from that information. Years later, Brian's family still waits for answers, with hope, fear, and the silence of his disappearance haunting them still. If you have any information, please urgently contact the Beaumont Police Department. January 17, 2008. In Northport, Florida, a young mother's life was violently cut short, and a community was left in shock. Denise Amber Lee was a loving mother, dedicated to her family. On that fateful day, she was at home with her 2 young sons, Noah and Adam, while her husband, Nathan, was at work. Around 2 p.m., a man named Michael Lee King entered their home and abducted Denise, leaving her children behind. During her captivity, Denise managed to call 911 using her abductor's cell phone. She provided crucial information about her location, but due to miscommunication and delays in the emergency response, help arrived too late.
911. Hello? Do you know this guy that's with you?
No.
You don't know him from anywhere?
No, please. Oh, God, help me. And I just want to see my kids again.
Your name's Denise?
I'm sorry.
Thank you too, because he doesn't know.
Please, God, please protect me.
There was also a call from a key witness stating that there was a frantic woman in the back seat of a green Camaro, which was Denise. However, 2 days later, Denise's body was found in a shallow grave. She had been sexually assaulted in the worst way imaginable and shot in the head. Michael Lee King was arrested and later convicted of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and sexual battery. He was sentenced to death in 2009. Denise's family, particularly her husband Nathan, channeled their grief into advocacy. They founded the Denise Amber Lee Foundation, aiming to improve 911 operator training and emergency response protocols. Their efforts led to the passage of the Denise Amber Lee Act in Florida, mandating standardized training for 911 call takers. Denise Amber Lee's story is a heartbreaking reminder of the importance of effective emergency response systems and the need for continuous improvement. Her legacy lives on through the changes her family fought for and the lives they continue to impact.